Have you ever felt that your serenity escapes you, even in moments of calm? This persistent agitation can be unsettling. Yet, I am here to share a powerful truth. The peace we desire is not only accessible, but also a right granted to us by God. If you haven't subscribed yet, I invite you to do so and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. The quest for inner peace is a universal journey, but it is not found in fleeting tricks or self-help mantras. In the world of believers, true peace is much more than just a state of mind. It is a sacred gift directly bestowed by God. Imagine for a moment that you are at sea, surrounded by turbulent waves. Everything around you seems chaotic, and the sky is covered with dark clouds. It is in this context that you discover a peaceful island, a haven of serenity. This island represents the divine peace that God offers us, a peace that is stable and unwavering, regardless of the external storms. In Philippians 4:6-7, the Apostle Paul invites us to lay our worries and requests before God with prayer and supplication. It is a call to relinquish our burdens, to trust a higher power for peace that surpasses human understanding. This peace is not built on fragile foundations like personal success or material possessions, but on the divine promise, unchanging and constant. Think of peace as an underground river flowing invisibly but steadily beneath the turbulent surface of your life. This river is the peace God promises us. In John 14:27, Jesus assures us that this peace is different from what the world can offer. While earthly peace may fluctuate with circumstances, divine peace is a constant in the believer's life. It is a reflection of God's promise, a secure anchor in uncertain times. We cannot obtain this peace through human means. It is not the result of meditation practices or a series of positive thoughts. It is the result of our relationship with God, a direct outcome of our connection with Him. Divine peace does not depend on external circumstances, but arises from our alignment with God's promises and presence. It is a peace that, even when life's waves become stormy, remains unchanging, offering deep and lasting comfort. Therefore, understanding that this peace comes directly from God and not from our own efforts is essential to fully appreciate it. This peace is a sacred gift, a blessing offered to guide and support us, no matter the challenges we encounter on our path. Visualize a lush garden, overflowing with vibrant flowers and green plants. Every day, the gardener ensures that each plant receives enough light, water, and nutrients to thrive. Similarly, our inner peace, this precious oasis, requires constant attention and careful protection against harmful elements. Divine peace is like this garden. It is beautiful and valuable, but it can be vulnerable to negative influences. These influences are like pests and weeds that can invade our inner space, threatening to destabilize our tranquility. Proverbs 4:23 says, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." This warning emphasizes the importance of protecting our heart, our center of peace, against threats that might alter it. One of the most effective ways to preserve our peace is to immerse our mind in the Word of God. By meditating on it regularly, we cultivate fertile soil for our inner peace. The Word of God acts as spiritual fertilizer that strengthens our roots and creates a solid foundation on which our peace can flourish. It offers us promises, encouragement, and truths that nourish our soul and dispel worries and fears. Think of each Bible verse as a gardening tool, a stake to support fragile plants, a watering can to provide necessary moisture, or a fence to protect against unwanted intruders. These spiritual tools help us maintain the serenity of our inner garden, anchoring us in immutable truths and shielding us from external disturbances. At the same time, we must also monitor influences that can harm our peace. Just as a gardener removes weeds, we need to be vigilant about the thoughts, emotions, and environments that threaten our tranquility. Spiritual vigilance is crucial. It involves constant assessment of what we allow into our minds and what might harm our inner peace. Setting healthy boundaries is also essential. Sometimes this means saying no to situations or people that bring stress or negativity into our lives. Just as a gardener removes harmful elements to protect their plants, we must also be prepared to distance ourselves from what might disrupt our peace. Ultimately, preserving our peace is an ongoing act of care and attention. By diligently tending to our inner garden, anchoring ourselves in the Word of God, and being mindful of external influences, we create an environment where our peace can not only survive, but also thrive. Maintaining a stable and deep inner peace requires more than mere intentions. It demands concrete actions and nourishing spiritual habits. Imagine your peace as a precious flame that you need to protect from the wind and storms. To keep this flame alive, you need to integrate certain spiritual practices into your daily life. Prayer is one of the most powerful means of nurturing this peace. It functions as a bridge between our soul and the divine, providing a space to express our concerns, hopes, and gratitude. Philippians 4:6-7 clearly states that when we present our request to God with prayer and supplication, accompanied by thanksgiving, the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard our hearts and minds. Prayer is not only an act of asking, but also of recognizing, anchoring us in the certainty that we are not alone in our struggles. In parallel, gratitude plays a crucial role in preserving our peace. Each moment of thankfulness for God's blessings helps shift our focus away from worries and challenges, thereby reinforcing our serenity. Taking time each day to list what we are grateful for can transform our perspective and nurture lasting peace. In addition to prayer and gratitude, it is also vital to establish healthy boundaries to protect our peace. Excessive stress and obligations can gradually erode our inner tranquility. Even Jesus, when surrounded by incessant crowds, took time to withdraw for rest and rejuvenation. In Mark 6:31, we see how he invites his disciples to retreat to a solitary place to recharge. This teaches us the importance of stepping back and respecting our need for rest and reflection. The regular practice of these spiritual elements, prayer, gratitude, and personal boundary management, creates a conducive space for inner peace. It is essential to recognize that we have the power to influence our own state of mind and choose practices that support our spiritual well-being. Just as a garden requires each plant to be regularly watered and tended to, our minds and souls benefit from the continuous attention we give them through these spiritual practices. By cultivating these habits, we strengthen our ability to maintain lasting peace, even in the face of life's storms. Peace is often perceived as a state of calm and tranquility, but it has a much more dynamic dimension. It is not merely the absence of conflict. It is an active and powerful force capable of bringing about profound changes in our lives and in the world around us. Consider divine peace not as a gentle and calm glow, but as a vibrant force, akin to a raging river that can shape and transform the landscape. In Romans 16:20, we learn that the peace of God is so powerful, it crushes the forces of evil. This imagery invites us to view peace not only as inner tranquility, but as a force of combat against darkness and adversity. This active peace is also a key component of our spiritual armor, as emphasized in Ephesians 6:15. Paul describes us as being shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Here, peace is compared to shoes that equip us to walk the path God has set for us. It is essential for our preparation and resilience in the face of spiritual challenges. Just as sturdy shoes protect and support us on rough terrain, divine peace anchors and strengthens us in our daily battles. By integrating peace as an active force in our lives, we do not merely protect ourselves from external attacks. We become agents of transformation. Imagine yourself as a lighthouse illuminating the darkness. Each act of peace and calm you bring into your interactions and situations becomes a light that dispels the shadows of uncertainty and fear. This force is not limited to passive resistance. It is a living force we use to confront and overcome challenges. Indeed, the active peace within us enables us to face the most difficult situations with confidence and courage, reflecting God's presence and His transformative power in our lives. The impact of this peace is not only evident in our own lives, but also in how we influence our environment. Every time we choose to respond to conflicts with calm and serenity, we create spaces where divine light can shine. We become living witnesses of God's power and goodness, capable of transforming tense situations into moments of reconciliation and peace. Thus, divine peace is much more than an internal quality. It is an active force that shapes and changes our world, allowing us to be powerful instruments of God's presence in all our interactions and challenges. The peace we cultivate within us is not a treasure to be guarded jealously. It is a light meant to shine and touch those around us. When we live in peace, we do not only experience inner calm, but we also become agents of transformation for our environment and relationships. Imagine peace as a source of living water. This water, when shared, does not just quench our thirst, it has the power to revitalize and refresh everything around it. Similarly, our inner peace can infuse our interactions with serenity and hope, positively influencing those who cross our path. In Matthew 5:9, Jesus declares, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called children of God." This verse reminds us that the role of peacemakers is not simply a passive one. Being a peacemaker involves intentional action to bring reconciliation and peace into an often divided world. By living out and sharing our peace, we act as ambassadors of God, bringing hope and healing to people and situations in distress. Sharing our peace also means being a living example of what it means to live according to God's principles. When we respond to conflicts with calm and understanding, we show others the possibility of resolving disputes and tensions with love and respect. This peaceful approach inspires those around us to adopt a similar attitude, creating circles of peace that extend beyond ourselves. The peace we spread then becomes a powerful catalyst for reconciliation. It opens pathways for constructive dialogue, repair of broken relationships, and healing of emotional wounds. In every interaction, we have the opportunity to turn conflicts into opportunities for mutual understanding and collaboration. Furthermore, when we engage in acts of peace, we do much more than simply avoid confrontations. We encourage an atmosphere of trust and cooperation. We create a space where people feel safe to express their thoughts and feelings, fostering deeper and more authentic relationships. Thus, by sharing our peace, we do not merely live in harmony, we actively contribute to creating a more unified and loving world. Our inner tranquility becomes a force for change, transforming tense environments into havens of peace and hope. Through our actions and influence, we become true artisans of reconciliation, reflecting God's character and His desire for peace for all humanity. Your inner peace is much more than a simple state of tranquility. It is a powerful weapon in the fight against the forces of darkness. By cherishing and sharing it, you not only do good for yourself, but also become an agent of change for the world around you. When you value your peace, you create a space where divine serenity can not only grow within you, but also influence those who cross your path. This peace is not a passive refuge, but an active force that enables you to navigate through challenges with confidence and calm. It becomes a source of light in moments of darkness and a pillar of strength in the face of adversity. By sharing this peace, you act as a vector for transformation. You bring hope and healing to tense situations and create opportunities for reconciliation and mutual understanding. Your tranquility becomes a living testimony of God's power, capable of transforming conflicting environments into spaces of peace and harmony. May this divine peace guide every aspect of your life, leading you with wisdom and courage in all your interactions. May your serenity radiate around you, touching hearts and bringing healing to troubled souls. By allowing your peace to shine, you actively participate in the realization of God's kingdom on earth, making you a true bearer of light and love in a world seeking comfort. If you have found comfort and inspiration in this message, I invite you to subscribe to our channel to continue growing in the faith and peace that God offers us. By subscribing, you will join a supportive community that shares spiritual resources and encouragement to strengthen your Christian journey. Click subscribe and enable notifications so you do not miss any of our videos. May God bless you and continue to guide you towards a deep and lasting peace.